Here we go with Carl's favorite time of the day where he gets to do exactly what he doesn't want to do, but doing what's best for what he believes is for everybody else. You know what I mean? I think God tells me to do this. I'm sitting here watching a bunch of Christian videos. They are so short-sighted. I don't know what Jesus they're serving. Like, you guys explain to me who you think Jesus is. Like, to me, if you go through the Bible, there's 10 commandments, and then it says there's a dude coming. You know what I mean? Like, that's, to break it down, like, let me know where I'm wrong. But then, on top of that, we want to follow everything in that book. But yet the book tells us the way is through Jesus, which is the truth. You're supposed to let him live in you. If you're not letting him guide your flesh, then what's guiding your flesh? Like, I had someone actually say that you're just supposed to let the Spirit just, that popping and positivity thing, you know what I mean? How is you as a follower of Christ, if you're supposed to be like Christ, let the things that go on, if you think things are going on in the world that are just so perverse and the devil has taken sole control of it, and you don't act on it. I can't fathom how you actually have Jesus. I think it's a facade of what people want Jesus to be. And I mean, we're to come up with our own beliefs, but if we're not living in the truth, then there's no way to the Father. What is the truth? Should men of Jesus be standing up and saying, enough's enough, man? Like, we're not going to allow this anymore. Stand up and come together and find an intelligent way how to fix it. But instead, we want to go to the book and pick out whatever we want. When Jesus came here, because people want to think that's the almighty words of God. There was only one word of God. That was Jesus, was the truth. That's the word. That's what I believe. You got to be willing to die for the truth. Sacrifice yourself for the truth. Everything for the truth. It was willing to die for you, and it did. So one day, we could have a moment where we all come together and realized that Jesus sacrificed himself for this time. Like, this is so stupid. I gotta convince grown men who know about shit that just don't want to do shit. Like, I don't like calling people stupid. But you gotta tell it the way it is. You gotta tell the truth. And if it seems like anger, no, that's what love is sometimes. You know what I mean? Hey, take a fucking look and let me know where I'm wrong. Just in case, you know what I mean? I'm not asking to be the face of anything. Hey, little me, you want to never talk to me again and go on your way and figure out ways to fucking get that list from Dick Durbin? Have at it, bro. You don't need my face for that. But we'll both know where that spark came from. You know what I mean? I don't need any glory, bud. That's the thing. That's why I hate doing this shit. Don't want any attention brought to myself, but unfortunately, nobody's bringing it. Well, there are some. And they're being heavily punished. But I'd like to try and bring it to an end. That's why I say, hey, I need to get my prime minister's attention because, like, I'm honest. I have no suicidal thoughts. But I want to go home. And if I have to sacrifice myself, I'll do it. He wants the MAID program for crazy people. He's got doctors being retrained because they didn't want to do it. Let me be his poster boy. If I'm mentally ill, use it to your advantage. But you can't. Because if you were to actually do something, you'd have to get a little crazy and get outside of yourself and know that you're not seeing things correctly. Or you are and you fail to see them, which is just as worse. If you're silent in a crime, you're just as guilty. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I say. Justin Trudeau is our prime minister. I believe, and I don't know for sure or not, this is why I'd like to have a conversation with him. We can just lay all the conspiracy theories, like one person of his community he could have a normal conversation with, you know what I mean? Talking conspiracy theories, and he could debunk them all, and we could go along our merry way and know that he cares about Canadians. But that's a hard thing to ask to get people to help you. Because I'm serious. I hate living in this world where you have to go over 4 years to even talk to somebody. It's amazing. Like, you can't even talk to a counselor. It's terrible. I try and tell you guys the mental health system here really sucks. Like, there's no talking. None. Just want to give you pills. If you guys think that that's good, that's the problem. That's the devil. He wants to keep us all wrapped up in our feelings and not talk about them so we can remain victims. You know what I mean? Let it out. Tell the people who hurt you. You don't own me anymore. See, here's the thing. All these fucking people talking, like, I don't know. Anyways, I'll do the rest of this little me thing. But I did want to make notice. Hey, little me, if you do watch this will make you extremely happy, bud. I haven't heard Happy Father's Day yet, and she's like 136. That make you feel good, bud? Just makes me more determined to show them that that's not what they think he is. All they ever do is try to help them. And the only way you can help somebody is by talking to them. Or maybe they could help me. You know what I mean? I'm not an unreasonable person. I can take on information, you know what I mean? But anyways, we were talking on my last live about where, well, you might not know this. My oldest is not biologically mine, okay? But the middle one, the one that I have all sorts of troubles with. He was such a good baby. Happy. Such a good kid. We were best friends. And then the scariest moment of my life ever happened there, little me. My wife put my kid on pills. Well, he had some sort of reaction to it. He was going mental. He didn't know who I was, what the fuck was going on. And I lost my mind. I was like, look what those fucking things did to my kid. Like this, it's gonna be like this forever. Well, it all wore out of the system, but I made a scene at the hospital saying, fucking never again are you giving my kid fucking pills. Never fucking again. Because I didn't want him to fucking have them in the first place because there was nothing fucking wrong with them. And it seems like after that, just, I don't know. See, we went for a while. Then my wife came back to me and said, we need to get Wyatt on pills. I talked to the doctor. Really have to. And I was like, no fucking way. Not happening. Well, will you talk to the doctor? Well, unfortunately, I think I got fucked by another doctor because I got talked into it. So I really think that that's where things changed with me and him, because we were like best friends. He could have had me for anything he wanted. See, I took my kids to sports, any sports they wanted to do, little me. Anything they wanted to do, I would make a possibility. Whether it be piano lessons or dance lessons or karate or judo or jujitsu or baseball or soccer or hockey. We did it all. I tried getting them hooked on something. But yeah, so I'm not a big pill guy. I think they do harm. And I think it's set up for the psychiatrist not to talk to people on purpose. We don't want people fixed. No, we'd rather make a MAID program for them than put that funding towards fucking helping people, because psychiatrists don't help. See, that's the thing, little me. I tried explaining to you guys, hey, listen to my story. Tell me where the fucking mental health system's right. When a man goes in for help, and I never had any of my spiritual awakening, hadn't happened yet. Goes in for help because he was having, well, he was going to make an attempt. And then he changed his mind and asked for help. And that doctor knows who put them in there, because I had that discussion with the doctor. Those people can call and say whatever they want. Don't have to give any proof, and you can get someone locked up. And in that meeting, before you lock the person up, you're asking for the proof. I can show you whatever communication my friends think that they got. We can go over if you want. Because if she's my work friends, this would probably be why, because they'd be in big trouble if this got out and around. But instead, I got hospitalized. Does that sound like it should be normal? Violence and suicide. Seems odd to me. seems like someone was being strong and trying not to be a victim and standing up to the people who refuse to do an investigation to at least let me know where I'm wrong. You think that that's okay? You think that you should be at a workplace and you think that something detrimental happened to a whole bunch of people because one person, and you go off of work and you don't think even an investigation is warranted? To even tell that person they're delusional or anything? But then when you force the fucking investigation, they get to pay for it. And then you find out, well, you don't really know if your friends lied because you know one person who told you that was in the investigation that they told the truth. And that buckshot was causing a whole bunch of problems. So if the other people lied, they're big liars because I got the evidence, the receipts. One guy told me he was going off on mental leave. He'd been talking it over with his doctor, so I'm sure there's notes on that. And then, this is before I went off his heart, because work was stressful. So how can you say there's nothing going on? There was nothing going on. The other guy, who was a supervisor, asked to be promoted because he can't handle it anymore. And then they asked me to fire that guy, and I couldn't. I did the right thing. I said, hey, I think the system's the problem. Can we sit down and talk about it? Like John was doing all right before. Something's changed. No. But I had to save his job. To avoid that sit down and have the conversation on why this shit was getting fucked up. But hey, old Johnny, I've been trying to get a hold of that guy, little me. You want his number, bud? Find out what the truth is. Why would somebody, when work was going peachy clean, ask for a demotion? Like almost $10 per hour. An hour. Not exaggerating. At least 7. At least 7. Like. And then the other one that would have lied, well, we could go through her prescription of fucking anxiety pills because she used to come in my office all the time and fucking cry about the way things were. Fucking. You know what I mean? Why would people like that lie when they knew what the problem? I get it. They were scared of the big old narcissist bully. You know what I mean? Like. That's the thing. Can you imagine? You'd be willing to sell somebody out just to not lose what you have. It's amazing. But then again, like I said, maybe the world has to wake up to what and who it really is. Because they're fucking probably way better than most of you YouTube people. They're way better people than Dagburn. But yet they'd sell you out just to not lose anything. To protect their family, little me, lying upon somebody to protect their family, even though they're in the wrong. You know what I mean? You don't get shit like that, do you, bud? Let's get back to this.
Within 24 hours and takes care of them and cooks for them and cleans for them and picks them up and does all the things I'm supposed to do.
See, I cook for them. They don't appreciate it. They don't even come for dinner sometimes. So I never know what to cook, and you know. And as far as I want to give them responsibilities, and I've told my wife, I'm like, I'm not cutting the grass anymore. Like, these are simple things that my boys have never learned how to do. I mean, my oldest one, he knows how to cut the grass, but the other two don't even know. And I'm like, I'm done. They live here for free. They don't have to do anything. So the grass is, I should take you out to my lawn. I'm embarrassed. I won't leave my house. Just because somebody sees me out there. But then again, if I do see somebody and they do say something, they're going to say, what the fuck? And I'm going to say, that's called growth. Not just in the grass, but in me. Because I'm standing up for myself and fucking saying, hey, let's start doing what's right. But we can't. We can't even come to the agreement that Well, when I was a child and I lived at home, I got fucking way bigger grass than what we got here. Like, I don't know. I don't know why you have problems with me saying stuff like that, little me, but I think my children should have responsibility, but their mother doesn't want to make them, and that's why my property looks like shit, and my house looks like a fucking shit pile, and they treat it like shit, and slam shit, and break shit, and spill shit, and slurp shit, and don't feel like they have to clean it up because, well, they think the daddy should be their bitch. And do you think that that's right, little me? I don't think that should be right, but I think a man should be able to say, get the fuck out of my house after a child threatens to kill him. I think you should be able to say, if you have zero respect for me and you want me dead, there's the door. Get out. No, you made your choice. Get out. But no, I have to take on the reg. You know what I mean? Take what a piece of shit I am, crazy motherfucker, just because I asked him to clean up one of his messes or something. It's a silly thing, eh? Little me, but I'm probably lying and making shit up, right? Like, I haven't been trying to tell you guys, hey, I'm trying to show you how some families are. Narcissists are running the show, and well, it's time to make a breakaway. You know what I mean? It's time for separation. You know, in the Bible, it does say brother against brother, wife against husband, child against parents. Who's going to want to accept the truth? You know what I mean? And is the truth? If the WHO and the WEF, all that shit, and your government's fucking you in the ass, well, we should probably all stand up and make a change. But you want to tell me that that's crazy and insane and I'm mentally ill? No, bro. You're fucking mentally ill. Because I see what we could do. We could change the whole system, and then after you do that, you probably have the answers to where you came from and all this other shit. You know what I mean? It could really change humanity, but those kind of thoughts are fucking crazy, eh, little me? Especially when you have a plan on how to fucking do it. But you twatwads want to think that I'm mentally ill and not listen to it.
That thinks that you felt that.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I should get my nephew to talk to you. When we lived at the other house, I was a real big fucking do everything guy. You know what I mean? Go to work, do my thing. I cooked all the meals. Cleaning the bathroom was mine as well. And you know what I mean? And then take the kids to sports and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that my wife didn't do anything, because my wife she did clean the house, you know what I mean? And went to sports with me, you know what I mean? We went as a couple, as a family, to support each other.
Well, why do you call your kids lazy? Why do you call your kids these things? Because
is it wrong to call your kids lazy if they're lazy? Would you like me to prove it, dude? Dude?
Because you fell in the problem.
To leave my fucking garage.
If they are those things, it's your fault.
No,
You raised those babies. You took out your nasty little pecker.
Yeah, you're right. They are my fault, little me. And I'm trying to show you guys that this shit goes on. And hey, proof to me I'm not delusional, because I just want to make sure before I fucking pack my bags and leave, you know what I mean? Little conversation just to make sure that I'm not delusional, but for some reason you want to think I'm delusional. You want to think that God doesn't exist and that I'm a piece of shit, and if God picked me, you don't want nothing to do with God. Can you imagine if there is a God and he is using me, and those are what you chose to share with the world? I've been trying
You tuck out your nasty little pecker and still think your wife can have those babies. It's your job as a man to take care of them.
You can take your story any way you want, bud.
I'm not taking it nowhere.
I took good care of my kids. Fuck, you got me wanting to fucking do bad things to your children, and you caught me fucking.
No, I know. I said if you want to test my resolve as a man, and you want to test my resolve as a father, come here and try to do something, and I will show you what my resolve is. I will leave you fucking laying where you stand. And that's the act.
Protect them from you. Unless your name's Bill Gates, Klaus Schwab, George Soros, or anybody else that it can affect his livelihood. He's ready for violence, but if you put him in a corner where he can't do anything because, well, he needs money to protect his family, well, hey, bud, I don't know. I think it's like, is it the end times or is it a new beginning? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's both. You know what I mean?
Tough guy.
Okay,
You don't like it when the opponent's bigger than me, though. Bill Gates is no bigger than me.
See, here we go, Bill Gates. Every time we start talking about him,
Well,
or what he has to-
I'm just trying to show you that.
no, what you're trying to do is deflect, and you're trying to blame it on everybody else. It's what you do. Just like Rocco.
Blame it on everybody else, but no, we need to come together to take care of Bill Gates, but you don't see that. You want him to keep writing books about pandemics and fucking everything else, civil war, and you want him to keep fucking pumping into humanity so he can fucking fill his fucking pockets. You know what I mean? Those humanitarian efforts are just fucking tax fucking write-offs. You know that, dude. He's just a little laundromat for himself.
When this shit
I got
just
the
like
fucking
Rocco.
proof, you're a douchebag.
No, you're doing this
You
shit
know
like
the
Rocco.
WEF
Whenever it
there,
comes down to what you do, whenever it comes down to what you do,
Hey,
and
little
how
man,
you feel as a husband, and how
What do I do, little me? What do I do that's so horrible? I'm still waiting, brother. Because, well, the things that you think I do are horrible. Well, I think I disproved them, but maybe you still think that they are because I've admitted to some things that you think are horrible, but I just don't agree with you. I think that you shouldn't hold things in as a human being. You should let them out. You should be able to talk about them so that way you can fix them.
Loser. Can't even save his kids. What a fucking little joke. Little loser crew. Fucking bunch of jokes.
you're fucking funny, Carl. How come every
Look
time?
at your fucking mental fucking.
Hey, Carl, one question.
Hey, why don't
How
you
come
everybody
every time we
look
talk
at your
about
mental meds? Make yourself feel comfortable
Hey,
inside your
how come
fucking
every
head.
time? How come every time we talk about like us as men and what me and you both do as fathers, and we start getting onto the bad shit you do, you always want to deflect and start blaming it on the World Trade or
What bad shit? I've talked about, well, the shit that was said between, well, I let on the internet that my wife said. I'm willing to back up anything that I say about my kids because I'm willing to say it to their face. In fact, I asked for conversations, and like I said, I was just looking for help. You know what I mean? What should a man in this situation do? You know what I mean? It's Mental Health Month, and well, we should be helping each other out, but that's not the way you see it. Eh? You wanna like try and destroy me and put your fantasies inside of my head.
or the WHO or the president.
What
I
makes
know
us a good father? What makes us a good father? Let's compare. Let's do a comparison. Huh?
First off, you start by loving and respecting their mom in front of them at all times, because that shows your children the way they're supposed to be treating a woman. Second, you go out and you provide for your family. You make sure they're
Well, yeah, you're supposed to show love and support towards their mother, but you shouldn't lie to their mother to make her feel good. You should be able to have your own opinions and your own thoughts and not have to have a fight about them. Maybe a conversation would help, but no, it's easier to call people crazy and tell them to shut the fuck up and blah, and spaz all out and stuff.
the needs and everything that they need to be able to survive. Number
I've
three,
provided
you
all
show a good moral code, and you do things with them, and you stand. Let me finish. And you stand with them in their lives, and you protect them at all costs, which I do. Number four is you lead them.
No, you're not. I'm willing to die for this, bud. Willing to die for it. You're not. You've acknowledged it's a problem, and you're unwilling to do anything about it. So that makes you the loser. Like I always say, you don't have to keep on losing, bud. You just gotta drop the loser attitude and start thinking positively. And not like, I'm gonna shine in the light like everybody else. You gotta have a positive. You gotta be able to see the world for what it is and know that you can positively change it, little me. You know what I mean? You gotta live in the real world, you know what I mean? Think like Jesus would. come up with a plan, and stick it to the Pharisees. Not only the Pharisees, but hey, Rome, buddy, Rome. I'm here to help finish the job, dude. You don't get it. You don't get it. I love Christ that much. What's wrong with loving the truth? What's your issue with me loving the truth so much? Like, hey, I ain't got the truth. I just want it. And I'm willing to accept it if it hurts me or it helps me. But whenever you think like that, brother, it can do nothing but help you and make you strong. No matter how many little dickheads, trolls, and whatever else come after you. I'm ready to take on the world, little me, so you're really not much of a challenge.
Which I do with my kids every night. I pray with them every night, and I show them what they need to do. And those are the basic things. And then in public, when you're out in public around your kids, you treat people with respect. You open doors for people. You show your kids what a real, true man is supposed to be. And then,
he assumes that he knows. I like thinks that I don't open doors and stuff.
comes to a daughter, when it comes to the daughter, you want to 100% always respect your wife in front of them. You open the doors for them, and you treat your wife like a queen in front of them, so that when your daughter grows up, she knows what to expect, and she needs to know what she has in her fucking life. And I don't do those things every day. I train my daughter how to wrestle. I'm there with her friends all the fucking time, teaching them how to do things. I train people in COD, little girls in COD, how to fucking defend themselves. And you want to carry yourself as a man. You never get out in public and act a fool, and you never get out in public and bash them.
Listen to all those little narcissistic accolades he's got.
What's your idea of a father is?
Always talking about the truth. The truth should be number one to you, little me. Truth should be number one. As for providing for a family, well, I provided very well for my family and still continue to do so. As for respecting their mother, I always have. I've never laid a hand on her. I've never mistreated her in any sort of way. But hey, when you come to the conclusion and you have questions about your relationship, and that's when it goes sour, and that's when you start going crazy. You start to lose a little respect just because you can't get answers. But I still show her respect. You can ask her. I don't treat her bad. I just don't let her tell me what my reality is. You know what I mean? So,
Well, obviously,
and
you
as
don't
far as
do it that much
doors,
respect.
but you'll never find anybody who will probably open more doors than me.
And you need to have respect and love for yourself before you can love others, little me. If you're willing to hand over your mind to somebody else, then you're giving them your soul, buddy. You know what I mean? You don't get that though, right? You're supposed to be connect. You're supposed to connect. Your souls are supposed to connect.
As loving my children, I love them very much. And the things that I say are very much true. And what would you do if your son turned around and stole everything you ever had?
Well, the first thing I
Threatened
would
to
do,
kill this? No.
the first thing I would do is
No.
come to the internet and talk about it.
But who do you go to talk about it?
Your
You can't
wife?
talk- If you can't talk to your wife about it, and you don't have any friends because they all fucked you, who do you go to? You hold it in and just fucking.
Not
It's
me.
mental health month. You fuck not.
And you have a counselor, don't you?
Hey, bud.
You have a counselor? That's who you talk to it about.
Oh, I had a counselor. I had 3 sessions. I only went to 2. I'll tell you why. Because you can't just go out there and say you're a chosen one. They're going to think that you're crazy. So you gotta say, hey, I think all this crazy stuff's going on in the world, and well, I think as a human being, it's my job to fucking do something about it. Yeah, my husband talks about this stuff all the time. Yeah, so well, we should probably, like, if you know it's real, then we should probably do something, right? Well, no, you gotta think smaller than that. You gotta start out on the grassroots level. Well, yeah, so how much time you think we got before fucking the WEF or the WHO hit? Or, you know, the fuck. How many Epstein Islands do we keep letting going on? How much fentanyl do we let keep coming across the border? Like, think small. I'm sorry, I can't have a conversation with anybody because they fucking can't expand their fucking brain for even a fucking microsecond. It frustrates me that you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Instead of going in there talking about aliens and the WHO and these people doing this stuff, actually sit there talking about your fucking problems.
Dude, you are so fucking stupid.
What the fuck?
Who is the big problem in the world, dude? The problem with me is I want the truth so fucking bad and it hurts everybody else. And the truth is, if something's coming for your kids, you should fucking do something, but you're not smart enough to clue in on that.
Listen,
You want to have this false reality of who do you fucking think I am without listening to me. If you want to pick me apart and ask me questions, I got no problems. But this has been a fucking just an assault on me, trying to fucking gaslight me.
I'm not
into
trying to assault
believing
you.
what
I'm trying to
want.
give you what you said. I can only go by the words that come out of your mouth. No, yes, I do.
No, you don't. That's the problem. No, you don't.
Okay, so tell me where I lied and I just made up a story.
Well,
Yeah,
bud, we're like 42 minutes into this thing, and wow, we're still talking about the same shit. Where I showed you how you mix your fucking stories and you fucking made them up in your head, and they were nowhere near reality. But hey,
Oh, my kids. I never asked my kid about fucking running around with women or whatever. I said he made bad decisions.
You
I
said
felt bad for him because the first time he thought he was going to have a kid, he thought it was his until a Facebook post. So how is that saying anything bad about him? And then him finding out it's not his kid.
and you said he was a
How is
dumbass.
that bashing
You
him?
did it again.
Then he gets in a situation again with somebody that breaks up for 2 weeks, right? And I say to him, I say, son, she is not good for you. Don't go back. Don't go back. She's bad. And he goes back. And now he's in the same
Your
problem.
words were he was a
His
fucking
kid,
dumbass.
I tell you guys.
Your words was he was a dumbass and he went back. That's what you said in that live.
Well, fuck yeah. If you're a dumbass, if you know somebody's a problem and you still go back, you're a fucking dumbass. What part
Thank
of
you for admitting it. Thank you for admitting it. You said that you never said that about your son. And
No, you
just
tried to make it sound like I was putting my son down and making him feel like he's a piece of shit. He's a dumbass. He's a human.
Well,
He
well,
fucking
listen,
makes mistakes just like I do.
I'm sure as a little kid, I'm sure as a kid, if you get on the internet and you see your dad calling you a fucking dumbass, you're gonna feel like a fucking
He's a
dumbass.
22-year-old.
and if you tell it to his face and he acknowledges it because he's not with her, so obviously he was a dumbass and made a mistake. We're humans, we're allowed to, little me. You just don't get it. You don't live and learn. You just fucking live and gonna burn. Because you're fucking too stupid to fucking realize what's good and what's bad.
Said it to his face.
Thanks for proving my point, Carl. I appreciate it.
What point?
You gotta say to him, hey, I tried to tell you.
I
Like,
just caught you in a
my
lie, Carl.
son can say to me, yeah, that was a stupid thing, but it's
It's not a lie. You tried to make it sound like I fucking was degrading my child, and I wasn't. He was a dumbass. He will acknowledge he was a dumbass. But guess what? He acknowledges he made a mistake. And, well, he's kind of happy about the consequences. So it all works out in the end, you know what I mean? You can't change yesterday, little me, but you want to keep me in it. Everybody wants to keep in the past. You can say whatever you want about me in the past too, but you think that you just proved. Of course, I said my kid was a dumbass, but you tried making it sound like I was giving him a verbal beating when I was sympathizing with him.
over with. Now I have a kid that's been stolen from me.
You told me to
You
prove
don't
you a
want to hear
liar.
that shit, do you?
You told me to prove you a liar? And why are they getting taken from you, Carl? What did that lady say that you were doing to get the kid taken? Answer that. What did that lady tell the courts to get that baby taken away from you? What did she say you were doing, Carl?
Oh, no, you had your fucking stories all twisted around, bud. Do you want to hear a story? Or do you want to fucking cut me out?
Or actually, little me, just answer this question, because I'm not going to keep going on all through this. I put shit on the internet for a reason, to maybe one day hopefully think that somebody's out there to have a discussion with. Because legitimately a baby was stolen from my child. And there's really fuck all you can do about it. So let me break this down for you, bud. The mother of the child never fucking called anything. Someone else made up some lies because they thought it would benefit them. Now, they didn't make them big bad. Just enough to maybe project them to look better. I don't fucking know how they thought that was possible, but hey, if you can't even provide your kid with a fucking bedroom, I don't fucking, you know what I mean? But hey, you explain to me how I have a kid in my house through kinship. And they take my biological grandchild out of the house. They didn't actually come take him out of the house. They never even come to inspect the house. They had him meet at the doctor after he had this child in his care for the weekend. Then they rip it out of his arms. And then there's nothing we can do about it because someone's a stupid fucking cunt who should probably be in jail, but probably won't even lose their fucking job. Because there's nothing you can fucking do. You got little narcissists like little me fucking running around thinking they can destroy people's fucking lives because, well, that's how they feel that day. Just because you don't fucking like somebody doesn't mean they're an unfit parent because you have nothing to warrant your shit on. I wouldn't say this because I do think I'm chosen and I do think that this shit gets seen one day. And I do know that they stole a baby and I wouldn't fucking lie because I would look like a fucking fool. Not only in front of everybody, but in front of God. And that means everything to me and you don't get that. Because you have no sense of God. No sense. Because you don't care what the truth is. You want to make up your own. You want to make it full of hate and full of fucking spite because you can't admit to who you fucking are, dude. Like, little me, get a grip, dude. Admit that you're a loser and you should be saving your children. Or at least showing me where there's not a fucking problem. Or we shouldn't stand up and say something. Or fucking get on Dick Durbin's ass about that fucking list. It's an easy thing, you know what I mean? But you just, where's your brain? It's got too much fucking fluoride floating around in it, bud. You need to expand her and fucking, hey, even if I am crazy, I don't fucking care, bud. Because I think I'm doing the right thing. And what happens if I did help change the world? And I don't need to be the face of it, bud. I don't really need to be a fucking superhero either. I just need to be my own fucking superhero. Maybe I can inspire my fucking kids to be fucking superheroes. See, that's the thing. Everybody wants to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time. That's where we fail because we'll fucking do anything to remain on top rather than fucking letting somebody fucking inspire them to turn the world into something better. We want to fucking trash it and make sure we're on top. And hey, all right, I'm gonna go. I got too many dogs bugging me now.